Hey everyone, welcome to the Mindset Playground, where you're going to get your daily dose of positivity. And I'm your host, LouAnne Hunt. And this week, I am doing something really special. I am broadcasting from Podapalooza. And if you're wondering what that is, I kind of wondered myself, but it's kind of like podcasting meets speed dating. So I've met so many great people so far, and I know that I have another person that's with me today, and it's kind of like walking into a room, a complete stranger, and asking them some really cool questions that everybody wants to know. So that's what we're going to do today. So for this lovely lady that I have on the Mindset Playground playing with me here today. For those meeting you for the very first time, who are you and what lights you up in the work that you do?
Oh, thank you, LouAnne. Well, my name is Theresa Thomas, and I am really dedicated to empowering moms to find the hidden toxins in their homes and gardens, creating healthier, happier, more vibrant, energetic, and engaged children.
Well,
That's my
that's,
passion.
oh, that's good. That's wonderful. So, what do you think is something that most people get completely wrong about success, happiness, or fulfillment?
Oh boy. Well, let's see. Maybe thinking that they have to impress other people.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, how true is that, right?
hmm
Yes. So, what's a hard lesson that turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to you?
Well, it was getting sick, really. And I got a very long-term low-level exposure to chemicals, including methane, and the body did not see it as a problem. And then one day I just collapsed. And it took 10 years before I could get out of my house without a mask on. So then I came back out in the world, and what am I going to do? So I look back on my life, and maybe I had sensitivities even when I was a youth. I think I did. And I didn't ever have, you know, how most people, well, I think most people have the big dream. They have the vision of what they're going to do. You know, even in the last 5 years, I get asked, one of those questions when you're studying with somebody, well, who would you admire and want to emulate? And I could not come up with anybody. In fact, it's only this year or late last year I came up with Jane Goodall. Well, I also
Oh.
had Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King, but it took me a long, long time to figure these things out. And so I've been really on a journey since my illness and getting better of what do I want to do? What do I care about? What am I passionate about? Instead of being what do other people expect or want?
Oh, wow, that's very moving.
hmm
So, what did you have to stop believing about yourself to move forward?
well, that I had to help everybody in the world.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the deep personal courses I did on my journey to wellness, um, we were doing. It was called True Women's Power, and there was this exercise, and I just collapsed. I just collapsed because it felt like the whole world was on my shoulders. And then, just as part of that exercise, I stood up like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It was the most powerful physical experience that I ever had. And it was like, oh, did I really feel like that for all these 50 years? I had no idea. So I think often we're carrying messages from our childhood or even generationally that we're not aware of that impact how we behave and how we show up in the world. And it may not be what's best for us.
Why did you choose to write a book?
Well, I did a reading in 2010 and they said, you need to write a book. And I thought, I can't write a book. And then somebody came to town in 2018 with a program called Write a Book and Get Rich.
Have you gotten rich yet?
No, in fact, well, the book isn't out yet, but in fact, that later on they said, yes, use your book as a business card. It's a really great business card.
Well, that
So
is true. That is
it,
true.
it is true, yeah.
But
And
what has writing that book though taught you about yourself?
um, well, it showed me how much I can procrastinate very well. But it's also shown me that I can finish something and I want to do more. So in that way, it's an inspiration. It's been a long, long struggle. This is, 8 years, and partly because I didn't do anything the first 2 years, and then when COVID happened, I started writing. I was almost finished, and then I got a concussion, and then the business sold, and then that business went out of business. So I was just so lucky to get the actual graphics before everything disappeared. Otherwise, I don't think I could have finished the book. And now I have another designer because the layout wasn't actually done correctly. So we're trying to get it into, a shape so I can use it in the future for the basis of other books as well.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work,
I
but you can do it. I know you
can do it.
can. I
Yes, I'm doing
know.
it. Yeah.
So, what's one small decision that changed everything for you?
Um, well, I think the health thing was the really big thing. And that wasn't really a small decision. It was lots of little small decisions over time. And then just being okay with me. And you know, uh, part of that I think is as we mature, there's different things that happen in different decades. But when you hit the 60s, you find out that you don't have to answer to everybody and what they want. So I started maybe removing some of the things that were around me that were not supporting me, not enlightening me, not appreciating me.
Yeah. Well, those are a tough pill to swallow sometimes, right?
Well, I think I took it more as, oh, isn't that interesting? Well, that person and some of the coaches I've had, don't hang around people that don't support you. Don't hang around people that are going to undermine you. Just, and so that helped me build my confidence and say, yeah, I don't need to do that anymore. And then I just said, I'm not doing that anymore. And people didn't necessarily like it, but either they hung around and got used to it or they left.
Or they changed their tune.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they used to say, and I don't know if you remember, but they used to say, if you want to find out who your true friends are, have a Tupperware party. And that stuck with me through my whole life because it's so true. Have a party and see how many people actually show up in order.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it can be still said to this day, although the younger generation won't have a clue what Tupperware is.
No, they won't. No, and Tupperware, I guess, closed its doors. So,
Well, and according to your book, Tupperware is actually one of those toxic. Um,
yes,
I
yeah,
know, and we all used it.
that's exactly where the cereal box, we took them out of the uh, whatever that is, wax. It's not wax paper anymore. I don't know what it is, but and then put it right into the Tupperware.
Oh, yeah,
We
there
did.
you go. Yeah.
I got two old Tupperware containers, and I'm using them for fertilizer and things like that.
Well, there you
The
go. We won't.
cereal one, you can pour it
Yeah,
right out.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to have so much of it. And anyway, oh well, things that we learn when we get older, I guess.
Yes.
And of
Well,
course, now the big one is, well, in my opinion, the big one is margarine. So
oh, well, I went to just plain butter quite a few years ago, so I don't do margarine anymore. What do
I
they say
haven't done
about
margarine in
margarine?
years.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that's good. So you're good.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I believe in what you're doing or what you're saying, and
Yes.
I'm looking forward to actually getting a copy of your book because I think that it's needed. It's very important. And Yeah, it's important that you get your message out there.
Yes, yes. Now the
You,
butter that I buy, they had a shiny foil wrap on the sticks, and
okay.
now they've gone to a very thin. Um, it's not parchment, but almost like parchment paper to wrap those. The foil is all gone. I thought, oh, okay, they must have been getting messages from people or just doing their own research and saying this is not really the best thing to be against the butter.
Isn't that interesting? Because I
Yeah,
just noticed that they changed it and I thought it was just the type that I was buying. So,
I
wow,
don't think so.
it's
Hmm.
very interesting.
Yeah.
I know
And
if you're open to studying things like that, then I think
yeah.
that you'll find out a lot of things. But what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say about tea bags. Now, I had a friend years ago, and she was on a mission to get all the tea companies to stop using staples in their little paper things. Do you remember how they used to have a staple
Oh
that
yeah.
held the tea bag together? And she wrote to every company and she told them she wasn't buying their products anymore unless they stopped that. So I use President's Choice tea, and they changed up and put staples in. So I called into the customer consumer line one day, and I was talking to a young woman. I said, those staples, they get caught in birds' beaks and turtles' stomachs
Oh,
and everything. They're not good. And she said, you know what? That's a really important part, and we support something. And within a month, there were no staples anymore.
really?
Yeah, so they figured out
Wow.
how to fasten it with just string and then string on this little paper tab. And so as consumers, we can also have an impact on what happens. Some of it happens just because people stop buying something. Some of it happens because it becomes a topic of the news. And some of it is just one individual making a call.
Yeah, and we don't even realize that. We figure that, we're too small or we're not big enough to actually have a company change its mind. But I think that a lot of companies really count on consumers to let them know things that we hear or things that affect our lives personally.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody else, and we've all heard of the Axe Boys cologne.
Oh, yes.
Yes, well, Axe recently, it was a news item. They've reduced what they put in that product, and they're also educating the boys not to use so much.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you're right.
So,
It does make a difference. And then something as simple as buying deodorant that doesn't have any aluminum in it.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that until. See, that's the problem. Like when you're growing up, you're told that Diet Coke is better for you than regular Coke. And then you
right.
find out, yeah, and then you wonder why you're getting all those headaches.
Exactly.
I
And
know.
that's a good message. A headache is a good message. You don't need to take the drug to take away the headache. You need to think about what came into or onto or around your body that's causing the headache, and then you change that. So instead of uh, ending the symptom with another chemical product, find out what was the source of it. And even back in the early 90s, the National Health Institute of the United States, they had one of these big surveys, and 15% of the population got headaches from perfumes back then. So,
Wow.
yeah, and then it went up to 35%, and who knows what it is now. But when you have that many people getting headaches, then you have to think, well, what's going on? Why are they getting headaches? And they can be kind of our canaries.
Yeah,
Hmm.
for sure. So many things can be controlled and changed just with a change in the diet. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and I'm sure that you're a testament to that.
Yes, I know. I had to eliminate quite a few foods. I'm not your perfect gut conscious coach, though.
I know. Well, you got to look at it as the 80-20 rule. As long as you're, sticking to it 80% of the time,
That's right. Yeah.
you know. But anyway, so all right, it's time for the Mindset Playground lightning round. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so this is quick answers, and it doesn't have to be too long, just like one or two words or sentences, and that's it. So quick answers, first thing that comes to your heart.
Okay.
All right. Set the timer for 10 seconds. No, I'm kidding. Okay. It's just like Family Feud, right? When you got
Right.
to, okay.
Exactly.
So here we go.
Okay.
All right. So, number one, what is bringing you the most joy in your life right now?
My daily walks by the water.
Number two, what's something you did that scared you, but you're so glad you did it?
Going down the Grand Canyon on a mule.
Wow. I have to admit, you're the first one to say that. Okay. What's one strength that you have that people might not see at first?
um, Determination.
Ooh, that's a good one. What's one small habit that makes a big difference in your day every day?
I have a nutritional supplement that I drink first thing every morning, and at the same time, I'm doing a little prayer.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay, words to live by. Finish this sentence. Life is too short to,
Um, Not follow your passion.
and this one, of course, since we are the Mindset Playground, what's one message you'd love to leave on the playground wall for everyone to see?
Love yourself.
That is great. Those are some great answers. Thank you so much. I have loved interviewing you and listening to what you have to say and talking about your book. And I really look forward to following up with you. And hopefully, one day you'll decide to come on the Mindset Playground and do a full show with me.
I would love to do that, LouAnne. It would be awesome. And thanks for keeping me on my toes.
Well, I have loved every minute of this conversation. So I'm looking forward to further conversations.
Great. So wonderful to meet you.
You as well.